Part 1. 10. Gateway. Sport can trigger an emotional response in its consumers, of the kind rarely brought forth by other products. Imagine bank customers buying memorabilia to show loyalty to their bank, or consumers identifying so strongly with their car insurance company that they get a tattoo with its logo. We know that some sport followers are so passionate about players, teams, and the sport itself that their interest borders on obsession. This addiction provides the emotional glue that binds fans to teams and maintains loyalty even in the face of on-field failure. While most managers can only dream of having customers that are as passionate about their products as sport fans, the emotion triggered by sport can also have a negative impact. Sport's emotional intensity can mean that organizations have strong attachments to the past through nostalgia and club tradition. As a result, they may ignore efficiency, productivity, and the need to respond quickly to changing market conditions. For example, a proposal to change club colors in order to project a more attractive image may be defeated because it breaks a link with tradition. Exercise 1. I have known several negotiators guilty of hubris. They often dig their own graves because once they have made a take-it-or-leave-it offer, they can't tolerate the thought of losing face by returning to the table. You may argue that it's important to display toughness and resolve to the other side. However, earning a reputation for being tough doesn't serve you well at the negotiation table. Indeed, a reputation as a tough negotiator leads to a number of highly undesirable outcomes. For example, counterparties will treat you with greater suspicion and act much tougher than they normally would. In an investigation of how bargaining reputation affects how others treat you, Kathy Tensley found that tough guys finish last, meaning that people negotiate more aggressively with those who have a reputation for toughness. Exercise 2. Some individuals with high levels of trait anxiety may turn to extreme activities as a way of managing their anxiety. It seems that they avoid the problems and anxieties of everyday life by throwing themselves into an absorbing activity, such as an extreme sport, in which they are more likely to succeed. Evidence in support of this idea came from a study comparing mountaineers with practitioners of judo, considered a low-risk sport. The results showed that mountaineers with high levels of general anxiety experienced significantly lower levels of general anxiety once they had completed their climb. Paradoxically, the high-risk activity of climbing appeared to have a calming effect on these naturally anxious individuals. No such effect was observed in the judo comparison group. The researchers suggested that the intense focus required for climbing served to divert the climber's attention away from their chronic anxieties onto an external and objectively threatening situation that they felt able to control. Exercise 3. We have seen many examples of primate societies in which other community members lend parents a hand with childcare. In many pre-industrial societies, parents receive even more help when they have too many children to raise. Foster care of young or temporary adoption is a common solution for families in pre-industrial societies who have too many children. Fostering differs from adoption in that the bond between biological parents and children is not terminated. The child goes to its foster parents after weaning, but can return to its biological parents at any time if the arrangement doesn't work out. Biological parents continue to interact with children they have fostered out and remain concerned about them, but allow another family to raise them. In this way, children do not lose their biological parents and are raised by individuals who are better able to care for them. Permanent adoption with a complete separation of the parent-child bond is rare in these societies. Exercise 4. One of the persistent myths of mainstream society is that the knowledge we study in schools is factual and neutral. Yet we know that knowledge evolves over time and is dependent on the moment in history and the cultural reference point of the society that accepts it. Thinking critically involves more than just acquiring new information in order to determine which facts are true and which false. It also involves determining the social, historical, and political meaning given to those facts. This determination includes assessing the investment various groups may have in furthering or challenging those meanings in any particular historical moment. For example, there was a time when it was not widely understood that the earth is round. Common sense might tell us that it is flat, and anyone looking out over a vast landscape would have this sense confirmed. Yet when scientific reasoning and more accurate technological methods for measuring the earth emerged, the knowledge, or fact, that the earth is flat was rewritten.